Hello students, the next periodic property we are going to discuss is ionic radius. Okay, ma. So about atomic radius, we have seen completely what is called as atomic radius, how does it vary across the period and along the group, and about covalent radius and metallic radius, and the determination of atomic radius, everything we have seen in the last video. And now we are going to see the ionic radius. Okay, ma. Students, can you please able to differentiate the terms atom and ion? What is called as atom and what is called as ion? Yes, atom is a neutral particle. All the matter around us, நம்ம சுத்தி பார்க்குற எல்லாமே, it has a very minute particle, the ultimate particle, that is atom. And atom as a whole is electrically neutral. It will have the subatomic particles, that is proton, electron and neutron. That is the structure of atom. And ion, in the sense, it is a charged particle. The charge may be either positive charge or negative charge, and the positively charged species are called as cations, whereas the negatively charged ions are called as anions. And how they will be formed? A cation will be formed by the loss of electron by a neutral atom. அதாவது ஒரு நியூட்ரல் ஆட்டம் வந்து ஒரு எலக்ட்ரானை லாஸ் பண்ணும்போது it results the formation of a cation. In the same way, when a neutral atom, ஒரு நியூட்ரல் ஆட்டம் வந்து எலக்ட்ரான் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணும்போது, when it accepts an electron, it will result the formation of an anion. Okay, so in this way cations and anions will be obtained. Okay, mama, any doubt here? No. Okay, how a cation will be obtained? A cation will be obtained by the loss of electron, whereas the anion will be obtained by gain of electrons. Okay, dear students, there is nothing to worry because there is no differences between atomic radius and ionic radius. Atomic radius kum ionic radius kum endha difference me kedaiyadu. Both the terms are same, but only one thing, when the radius is measured for an atom, the term will be termed as atomic radius. When the same thing, when the radius is measured for an ion, for a charged particle, then that will be called as ionic radius. Okay, that's all. Now let us see the definition of ionic radius. What is ionic radius? Okay, it is defined as the distance from the center of the nucleus of the ion up to which it exerts its influence on the electron cloud of the ion. இவ்வளோ டிஃபிகல்ட்டியாக படிக்கணும்னு கிடையாது. ஒரு அயானில் அதனுடைய சென்டரில் இருந்து லாஸ்ட் எலக்ட்ரான் எங்கே இருக்குதோ அது வரைக்கும் உள்ள டிஸ்டன்ஸுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னது? அயானிக் radius. The distance between the center of a nuclei to the outermost shell containing valence electron of an ion. இங்கே அயான்கிற வேர்ட் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். Of an ion is called as ionic radius. ஓகேவா? Okay. And there is a method used to calculate the ionic radius, that is Pauling's method. Using Pauling's method, we can calculate the ionic radii. For a cation and anion, we can separately calculate their radii. Okay, so it has two assumptions. Let us see one by one. It is the first assumption of the Pauling's method to calculate ionic radii. It's a common one. Dear students, when we take an ionic crystal in the sense, it will have both the positively charged spaces as well as the negatively charged spaces. An ionic crystal will have a cation as well as anion, and in such ionic crystals, the cations and anion are said to be in contact with each other. இப்போ பாருங்க, NaCl is an example for ionic crystal. It will have Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. It is Na plus, it is Cl minus, and there will be a connectivity between these cations and anions. So that is given in the first assumption. The ions present in an ionic crystal are said to be in contact with each other. So a cation and anions are said to be in contact with each other. Therefore D means what? The internuclear distance between sodium and chloride ion. The internuclear distance will be equal to the radius of sodium and the radius of chlorine. So we can write DRC plus D is equal to RC plus RA minus. அதாவது ஒரு அயானிக் கிறிஸ்டலில் கேட்டயான்ஸும் ஆனயான்ஸும் ஒன்று தொட்டுட்டு இருக்கும்போது their internuclear distance will be equal to the sum of the ionic radii of the cation and anion. சரியா? அந்த internuclear distance வந்து எதுக்கு ஈக்குவலாக இருக்கும்? கேட்டயானுடைய ரேடியஸுக்கும் ஆனயானுடைய ரேடியஸையும் ஆட் பண்ணும்போது கிடைக்கிற வேல்யூ தான் their internuclear distance. So this is the first formula used to calculate the ionic radii of either the cation or anion. anion. Dear students, if in a problem, if two values are given, if d value and radius of cation is given, you can easily calculate the radius of anion. Likewise, if d value and radius of anion is given means you can easily calculate the radius of cation. இப்போ இது வேணும் அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணலாம், இந்த d வேல்யூல இருந்து இதை subtract பண்ணியாச்சுன்னா you'll be getting the value of radius of cation. So by using this formula, you'll be asked certain problems to calculate the radii of an ion. Is it clear, students? What is the first assumption? The ions present in an ionic crystal are said to be in contact with each other. Therefore, the distance dAb, that is equal to sum of the radii of the cation and anion. So d is equal to rc plus r a minus. Okay, so here the terms are explained now. D is the distance between the center of the nucleus of cation and anion, whereas R, C plus and R A minus are the radii of a cation and anion respectively. R C plus is the radius of cation, whereas R A minus is the radius of an anion. First assumption over. Let us move into the second assumption of Pauling's method. The second assumption is telling that the radius of the ion having noble gas electronic configuration. இப்போ பாருங்க, it's nothing but let us take Na plus. Sodium atomic number 11. Na plus in the sense it will have 10 electrons. So how we can write the electronic configuration? This is the electronic configuration of sodium plus 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, and it is similar to neon's electronic configuration. So we can say the ions will possess the noble gas configuration. The radius of the ion having noble gas electronic configuration is inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge. நமக்கு ஞாபகம் வைக்கிற term என்ன அப்படின்னா, radius is inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge. This is very, very important. And the effective nuclear charge is represented by the symbol Z. Okay, so this is the equation representing this assumption. Here R is the radii. It is inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge of the cation. C plus is cation. R C plus means radius of cation. It is inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge of cation. Likewise, R A minus is the radius of anion. It is inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge of the anion. And the effective nuclear charge can be calculated by using the formula Z star, that is equal to Z minus S. So how to calculate the effective nuclear charge? I will post you in a separate video. This term is very, very important. The radii are inversely proportional to their effective nuclear charge. Inversely proportional அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம 1 by எடுத்துறோம். Directly proportional 1 by எடுக்க மாட்டோம், டைரக்டா போட்டுருவோம். Then these two equations are divided. So RC plus divided by RA minus. So this term will go up and this will come down. So Z star of A minus divided by Z star of C plus. So when we solve this equation, this is the final equation of Pauling's method. If we know any three terms, for example, if you know Z star of A minus, Z star of C plus and R C plus, means you can calculate R A minus. So out of these four terms, if you know any three terms, you can calculate the fourth value. So this is the Pauling's method used for calculating the ionic radii. One more time, let us see the Pauling's method. It has two assumptions. The first assumption is the ions present in an ionic crystal are said to be in contact with each other. Therefore, their interatomic distance will be equal to the sum of their radii of cation and anion. So D is equal to Rc plus R A minus. Then assumption number 2, it is telling that the radius of an ion is inversely proportional to its effective nuclear charge. So Rc plus is inversely proportional to Z star of C plus, and Ra minus is inversely proportional to Z star of A minus, and Z star, that is effective nuclear charge, can be calculated by the formula Z star is equal to Z minus S. When we divide these two equations, we'll be getting a final term. In this term, it has four different terms. So when we know any three of the terms, you can calculate the fourth value. So now we are going to see a problem based on this Pauling's method. So here they have taken sodium fluoride crystal NaF. So it will be in the forms of Na plus and F minus. Their interionic distance is given that 231 picometer. So now we are using the first equation, that is R D is equal to RNA plus RF minus. The D, that is interionic distance, is given 231 pm. So pm means picometer. So RNA plus RF minus, that is equal to 231 picometer. Now we are writing the formula. Radii of Na plus divided by radius of F minus, that is equal to Z star of F minus divided by Z star of Na plus. Okay, so here we have to calculate two different terms, Z star of Na plus and Z star of Z star of Na plus and Z star of F minus. So it's calculated like this. Z minus S. Inga Z na atomic number, S value we have to calculate. Okay, but that I will post you in a separate video. So 9 minus 4.15, that is equal to 4.85. In the same way, the effective nuclear charge of Na plus is calculated. Sodium's atomic number is 11. So 11 minus S value for sodium is 4.15. Here the answer is 6.85. Now we can substitute in the formula. So RNA plus divided by RF minus, that is equal to Z star of F minus is 4.85. So 4.85 divided by Z star of Na plus is 6.85. So 4.85 divided by 6.85, that is equal to 0.71. Now we can bring this F minus this side. So RNA plus, that is equal to 0.71 into R of F minus. Now this value we are going to substitute in the first equation. Here we are going to substitute. Instead of RNA plus, we can substitute the value 0.71 into RF minus. So by substituting, we can get 1.71 RF minus, that is equal to 231 picometer. If we need the value of RF minus, we can get it from this equation. RF minus, that is equal to 231 divided by 1.71, that is equal to 135.1 picometer. So RF minus we have got. Then RF minus we can substitute in the first equation. So RNA plus 135.1, that is equal to 231. Finally we can get RNA plus, that is equal to 95.9 picometer. Okay, so both the equations we have used. One more time let me tell for you. First என்ன பண்றோம்னா D is equal to R of Na plus R of F minus னு எடுத்துக்கிறோம். இதுல நமக்கு D வேல்யூ ப்ராப்ளத்திலே கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 231 picometer. So D க்கு பதிலா 231 picometer னு போடுறோம். இது அப்படியே வச்சுக்கலாம். வச்சிட்டு செகண்ட் ஈக்குவேஷன் RNA plus divided by RF minus, that is equal to Z star of F minus divided by Z star of Na plus. ரெண்டுக்கும் Z star கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம். So இதோட வந்து F minus உடைய Z star வேல்யூ, இது வந்து Na plus உடைய Z star வேல்யூ. இந்த ரெண்டையும் கொண்டு இந்த ஈக்குவேஷனில் சப்ஸ்டியூட் பண்ணுறோம். பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டேர்ம் கிடைக்குது. RNA plus divided by RF minus, that is equal to 4.85 divided by 6.85. அதை கேன்சல் பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு 0.71 கிடைக்குது. இப்போ RNA plus மட்டும் ஒரு பக்கம் வச்சுட்டு RF minus இன்னொரு பக்கம் கொண்டு வர்றோம். கொண்டு வரும்போது RNA plus, that is equal to 0.71 என்று RF minus கிடைக்குது. இந்த டேர்ம் அப்படியே கொண்டு இந்த ஈக்குவேஷனில் போடுறோம். போடும்போது RNA plusக்கு பதிலாக 0.71 RF minus plus RF minus, that is equal to 231 picometer. இப்போ இந்த ரெண்டு டேர்மையும் ஆட் பண்ணும்போது when we add these two terms, we'll be getting 1.71 RF minus, that is equal to 231 picometer. அடுத்தது RF minus மட்டும் ஒரு பக்கம் வச்சுட்டு 1.71 அந்த பக்கம் கொண்டு போகும்போது 231 divided by 1.71. அப்போ நமக்கு கிடைக்கிற ஆன்சர் வந்து 135.1 picometer. இப்போ நமக்கு RF minus வேல்யூ கிடச்சிட்டு இந்த RF minus வேல்யூவை அப்படியே கொண்டு நம்ம அந்த ஃபஸ்ட் ஈக்குவேஷனில் போடுறோம். RNA plus 135.1, that is equal to 231. இப்போ இந்த டேர்ம் அங்கே கொண்டு மைனஸ் பண்ணும்போது you will be getting the radii of sodium plus. Okay, so we have seen a problem based on Pauling's method to calculate the ionic radii. Okay, mama, any doubts here? I think you'll have no doubts. So இந்த வீடியோல நம்ம என்னலாம் பார்த்திருக்கோம் அப்படினா ionic radius na என்ன, what is called as ionic radius, how ions are obtained, Then how to calculate the ionic radii? Ionic radii can be calculated using Pauling's method. It has two assumptions, so that we saw, and both the equations are very important. The first equation is d, that is interionic distance, that is equal to radius of cation plus radius of anion. So that we have seen. Then from the assumption 2 we can see the radius of cation and anions are inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charges of the cations and anions respectively. Effective nuclear charge can be calculated by the formula Z minus S, that we will see in the next video. Then there is an example for calculating the radii of ions using the Pauling's method. Okay, Mama? Okay, thank you.